Welcome to Land House. I'm Seth. I was in the market for a PC to go into my workshop studio, and MoreFine requested that I try out their M9 Mini PC. Let's go ahead and open this box and see what this tiny computer is all about. When you first pull the MoreFine M9 Mini PC out of the box, you have the computer itself, which is just under 5 inches by 5 inches by 2 inches. It has a power adapter, which is an AC to DC power brick. It also comes with an HDMI cable and also has a mounting bracket to go onto the back of a monitor so you can really hide this tiny PC on your desk. The MoreFine M9 has Windows 11 Pro pre-installed on it. This is the 12th gen quad-core Intel Adler Lake N100 CPU with a frequency up to 3.4 gigahertz. When you purchase this mini PC, you can have 8 gigs or 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. The storage device on this mini PC is an M.2 NVMe SSD. You can get the 256 gigabytes or the 512 gigabyte. It has Wi-Fi 6 at both 2.4G and 5G. Bluetooth 5.2. This has dual 4K HDMI 2.0 ports, 4 USB 3.2 ports. It does have a cooling fan, and it weighs approximately 1.8 pounds. It does have a gigabit Ethernet port and audio output through a headphones jack. The power adapter uses a barrel plug to get the power in. The price point for this mini PC at the time of this review was $190 for the 8 gig 256 hard drive, or $220 for the 16 gig and 512. In my opinion, for such a small difference in price, you might as well go with the more feature-packed one. Alright, now that we've seen a close-up of the MoreFine M9 Mini PC, let's connect it up to keyboard, mouse, and monitor and see what we get. Now, one thing I'm noticing right away that I would change if I were designing this mini PC, if you are to use the mounting hardware to mount this to the back of your monitor, the MoreFine logo is going to be upside down because the way the little holding brackets back here work. So I would just take that logo and flop it around to the bottom. It's just an aesthetics thing, but that's just what I would change. Alright, let's go ahead and plug this up to the power and get my monitor and keyboard set up, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. We'll use the included HDMI cable. So let's move over here to one of the dual HDMI ports. Let's use this one only because it's closer to my monitor over here. I've got a wireless mouse and keyboard, so we will plug this up to one of the USB ports. How about one here on the front? There we go. And now I have the power adapter, so I will plug this end up right here and the other end over to the power. I just remembered this monitor has to have a HDMI mini, so I had to use the cable that came with that. Go ahead and push the power button here on the PC. Make sure my mouse is on, keyboard is on. Alright, monitor's also coming on here. Cool, just said M9. Now, one interesting thing about this PC is that Windows 11 Pro is already pre-installed and logged on. So if you're concerned about that, you may want to go ahead and do a full reset on this PC, just because it's already pre-logged into a user account. So just keep that in mind whenever you do bring this up. Well, first of all, very responsive and very quick to load. I like that a lot. Yeah, definitely no lag time on that. You can paint all day long. One thing I'm going to be using this mini PC for is recording my screen, so I'm going to go ahead and start that. And then I'll also be using this to design with my CNC program. And so just trying that out, and seems to be working just fine. Now, this is web-based, so I wouldn't expect this to have any problem whatsoever. So, alright, very cool. So that's working. It's nice to know that I can both record my screen and use my CNC software. Now, if I right-click on this computer, I can go to Properties and find out that I am running at 16 gigabytes, which is very nice to know. And then if I go into this PC, I can find my hard drive down here. I've got 444 gigabytes free, so this is the 512 gigabyte hard drive. Very nice. Let's load up the internet here and go to YouTube. and see how well this is going to play a video back. This is the Vestwood's 8 kilowatt hybrid inverter, and it is coupled with the Vestwood's 15 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So let's kind of do an overview of the unit. Over here is, I tried to get the audio to play through my HDMI cable, but for some reason it didn't want to. So I just plugged up a set of headphones to the back of the PC, and I've got those right here. And I will see if I can't put this around the camera mic so you can hear that it does have sound. I'm Seth. I'm currently installing a 20 by 30 workshop down here, and I'm having to put in 35 footers. Alright, there you go. I'll see what I can do about fixing that HDMI audio, but okay, playback on YouTube videos seems to be nice and smooth. The audio quality is great, as you would expect. The USB here is working well with my keyboard and mouse, and the HDMI output is doing fantastic here on this display. So far, all the basics of this mini PC are really nice. One thing I've noticed is that it is putting out a tremendous amount of heat back here, so you'll definitely want to keep this PC in a well-ventilated area so that you don't have issues with heat burning up something, or definitely don't want to cover back here because that needs to have the vent there. Now, if you were to open up this PC, it does have a fan for the cooling. It also has a nice big copper bar that will draw in that heat and push it out. So very good. Nice to have a fan on a small PC like this. This is just a basic overview of the MoreFine M9 Mini PC. If you're going to be using this PC in an office setting, it will definitely handle all of your web browsing and email and also your spreadsheets and other documents just fine. Now, I'm going to be installing this mini PC in my wood shop. We'll have a CNC machine, and that way I can run those without having to work with a big clunky machine. One thing that's cool about that is that I can put this tiny computer into a little filter system to keep the dust away from it. Now, if you want to check out this mini PC, I'll have a link in the description down below so you can pick up one for your very own. You'll see me with this computer again in the future as I am installing it in my new shop. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.